Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, just revealed a series of shocking images that will make you gasp, so you'd better be by yourself before you scroll. In these sun-drenched photographs, her gothic glitz is replaced with a vampire-like, barely there beach look that begs for interpretation. You might be familiar with her as the campy figure that cracks skull jokes by candlelight, sporting scarlet lips, wild hair, and black velvet. If you follow me through every seductive frame, especially that last reveal, which fans are already calling her most mesmerizing moment ever, you'll discover Elvira's backstage method for keeping every curve perfectly framed, no matter how fierce the wind or waves are. It began at sunrise on a misty Pacific shore. In the first image, Elvira emerges from the silver-tinted surf wearing a custom onyx black micro bikini with tiny straps that lace behind her neck and across her back, the matching pants plunging. V-cut produces the sexiest conceivable silhouette around her hips, while the triangle top's razor-thin cups sculpt her bust. As the first pale light peeks over the horizon, she freezes, one foot touching the water's edge and the other tied into the sand, her shoulders back, head pointed, and lips parted in that signature wicked grin. After that one picture of her, with sea fog floating behind her, remarks like, Elvira Unleashed, Goth Goddess, and Absolute Icon were all over the Fangoria boards. Scroll to the second shot and the landscape shifts to a late-morning tidal lake that looks like a crater. Relaxing on a worn stone slab, Elvira is dressed in a striking scarlet one-piece with skeletal side cuts that transform her curves into living art. No matter how much Elvira experiments with Frankenstein waves, stylists line each edge with tiny silicone strips and medical-grade tape, as seen in the behind-the-scenes footage. She rests on one elbow with her legs wide apart and her thigh arched, then raises a playful eyebrow at the lens. Crimson Queen, Poolside Peril, and Elvira's Flawless were some of the several remarks that erupted. Halfway through, Elvira heightens the horror chic vibe beneath a canopy of driftwood. Shot 3, which features her mid-stride and knee-deep water wearing a neon green sport bikini with occult symbols imprinted on the front, combines bold color with a campy cult classic. In the uncensored audio, Elvira can be heard leading the activity. More hair flip, let's get that undead wind in my tresses. To make the neon glow like ectoplasm, the photographers used a high-contrast filter. The crowd shouted, Elvira kills, neon necromancer, and sporty sorceress. However, if you get a chill, get ready for the penultimate frame, golden hour. On a blood-red cliff, Elvira shows up in a rose-gold metallic micro-bikini that gleams like a vampire's chalice. With her arms up and one leg bent, toes pointed and heel up, she is standing in the invocation pose. With her hair being whipped back by the breeze and the spray beads gleaming like diamonds, the scene appears to be a pagan ceremony. It was hailed by critics as liquid rose magic and Elvira's ultimate enchantment. Last but not least is the most horrific finale, Twilight on the Pale Dunes. Elvira shows in wearing a silky black sarong knotted low at her hip and the same rose gold bikini underneath. The sarong hangs about her legs like a ghostly veil, teasing glints of shimmer. With every step, she turns 3/4 away, her back arched, her mouth curving in a cunning smile, her arms reaching for the moon, her silhouette carved against the indigo sky and rising stars. That final frame has already been dubbed her most horrific revelation to date, unadulterated, unflinching, and irrevocable. The adjectives jaw-dropping, iconic, and Elvira's crowning moment make admirers gasp. So what's Elvira's backstage secret for these horror-proof, wind-defying looks? She lines every seam with double-sided fashion tape and keeps additional microstraps in her utility belt to ensure that no wind poltergeist can undermine her self-confidence. If you're planning your own edgy beach photo after looking at Elvira's intriguing gallery, here's your grimoire. Bring your Mistress kit of straps and tape, pick one neon and one metallic set, tape all the edges together and shoot at dawn or twilight for that dramatic glow. Then use hashtag Elvira Unmasked to cast your top reveal to conjure your own audacious charm. When Elvira flaunted everything with impeccable grace, you knew you were witnessing the true mistress of black glamour in action.